Ma'am Sugar Mercado was born on September 13, 1986 in Cavite, Philippines. She grew up as the youngest of 4 children in a household marked by severe material scarcity and unstable housing. Childhood memories she has shared describe makeshift shelter, scarce possessions, and the constant work of keeping daily life together. Those early hardships formed the backbone of her public story, shaping an ethic of persistence, practical resourcefulness, and a fierce desire to create a different future for herself and her children. Family and survival were central to her formative years and remain frequent reference points in interviews and public statements. Career. Sugar Mercado's career began in performance. She rose to national recognition as a member of the SexBomb Girls, a dance group that became a staple of Philippine variety television and pop culture in the 2000s. Visibility with the group opened regular television opportunities and led to a succession of hosting and performing roles on variety shows and game formats. Over time, she expanded from dancer to television personality, working on live variety programs, game segments, and guest appearances that kept her in the public eye. Her trajectory has included highs and setbacks. Contract changes, temporary exits from flagship shows, and quieter periods tested her resilience, but did not end her public career. Mercado reinvented herself through hosting once more, frequent guestings, business ventures, and appearances that leveraged both nostalgia for the SexBomb era and her own evolving persona. She built small enterprises such as a nail lounge and a skincare line, using her platform to cross-promote services and merchandise and to stabilize income beyond television. A late career chapter in her public life came with entry into pageantry and her crowning as Mrs. Universe Official 2025. That accomplishment reframed her profile and broadened her audience from variety show viewers to pageant followers and international platforms. The pageant title functions as both a professional milestone and a narrative device that highlights reinvention, discipline, and renewed public recognition. Personal life, relationships, and kids. Sugar's personal life has been both intimate and public, a mixture of family devotion and highly covered relationship episodes. She has described a marriage that ended in separation and has been involved in relationships that attracted tabloid and entertainment press attention. A long-term romantic involvement with a prominent TV host was acknowledged in interviews and discussed publicly as meaningful to her personal history. Legal disputes and public controversies linked to past partnerships have been part of media coverage and have contributed to periods of intense scrutiny. Motherhood is central to Sugar's identity. She is the mother of 2 daughters, Gabrielle Sophia and Olivia Isabel, and publicly frames parenting as the primary motivating force behind her decisions. She speaks often of balancing work and caregiving, emphasizing routines, practical teaching of responsibilities, and the goal of providing stability and dignity for her children. Her parenting narrative foregrounds presence, discipline, and the transmission of resilience learned from her own childhood. Throughout the overlap of public relationships and private parenting, Sugar has positioned her priorities clearly around family welfare. She presents herself as a working mother who learns from past mistakes, protects her children from unnecessary exposure, and channels personal setbacks into renewed focus on career and business ventures that support her household. Real estate and cars. Public reporting on Sugar Mercado focuses overwhelmingly on career, family, and small businesses rather than on a documented portfolio of high-value assets. There are no widely confirmed accounts in mainstream profiles that list significant real estate holdings in her name. Her public narrative emphasizes the material journey from precarious childhood housing to securing stable accommodation for her family, yet verified property investments remain private or unreported. Similarly, there are no consistent, authoritative reports naming specific vehicles she owns. Media stories and interviews center on her work and personal story instead of conspicuous displays of automobile ownership. If she maintains personal vehicles for family use, those details have not been prominent in reliable public profiles. Net worth. Sugar Mercado's financial picture is best described as that of a long-term working entertainer who augmented television income with entrepreneurship and public appearances. Income streams across her career include earnings from group performances, television hosting, guest appearances, endorsement work, pageant-related opportunities, and small businesses. Public estimates of net worth vary in secondary sources and should be treated as approximate given the absence of audited disclosures. Her financial narrative emphasizes practical goals, securing stable housing, supporting her children, and growing modest businesses that provide recurring cash flow. Rather than portraying dramatic wealth accumulation, the pattern described across interviews is one of steady monetization of public profile and diversification into small-scale commerce to reduce reliance on inconsistent showbiz income. Legacy. Sugar Mercado's legacy is a composite of resilience, reinvention, and relatability. She remains associated with the influential SexBomb Girls era that shaped early 2000s Philippine variety entertainment. Her shift into hosting and entrepreneurship demonstrates an ability to adapt to changing industry demands. The arc from extreme childhood poverty through national visibility to pageant recognition in 2025 creates a coherent public narrative of overcoming adversity and finding renewed purpose later in life. For many fans, she represents accessible celebrity, a visible figure who used performance as an avenue out of hardship while maintaining a public emphasis on family, accountability, and pragmatic livelihood. Her legacy will likely be read in two registers. As part of a generation of variety entertainers who defined an era of Philippine television, and as a personal story that emphasizes rebuilding and resilience for the sake of family. The Mrs. Universe official 2025 title adds a final note of reinvention and public reclamation that will shape how future profiles frame her life and work. Sugar Mercado's story is one of grit and reinvention. From humble beginnings to SexBomb fame, TV hosting, entrepreneurship, and a surprising comeback as Mrs. Universe official 2025, her journey reminds us that persistence and family can reshape any narrative. If this profile inspired you, like the video, subscribe for more legacy stories, and tell us in the comments which part of her journey moved you most.